Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. My name's David, and this is a deck review. Hey, today we're going to look at the Killer Bee deck from Ellusionist.com in collaboration with Oban Jones and Daniel Madison. How did the Killer Bees come about? Well, originally Ellusionist pitched the Bumblebee deck to Oban Jones, and then kind of through a conversation with Daniel Madison, it kind of spurred into two decks. And so now what you have is the Bumblebees and the Killer Bees. And I would suggest if you're going to put one in your cart, you might as well add the other. The front of the tuck case is all done in this beautiful gold foil against a flat black. It has that kind of Daniel Madison feel, doesn't it? But then devoted to bumblebees. This deck is inspired to raise awareness for bees everywhere, in that we need bees to live and survive on the earth, and if the bees were to suddenly vanish from the face of the earth, so would we. So this becomes a wonderful deck for card aficionados and collectors and fans of the bumblebee. The front of the tuck case says Killer Bees, and then there is the Killer Bee icon there. This down here says EKB, which is Illusionist Killer Bees, right? This side says KBPC, Killer Bees Playing Cards. And the other side says OJ for Oban Jones and DM for Daniel Madison. And it starts with a K right there, and if you follow it around, it'll actually spell out Killer Bees. The top of the tuck flap says Playing Cards, and if you open the tuck flap, it says KQJ, which is King, Queen, Jack. The two tuck flaps have little tiny gold embossed bees. The bottom of the tuck case has ad copy for Ellusionist.com, and that is pretty much it for the tuck case. Let's take a look at these cards. These cards are printed from the United States Playing Card Company, and they do come on their thinnest retail stock. They do have a modern cut and air cushion emboss, and if you'd like to learn more about stock, cut, or finish, you can click the link below on the description. Yes, they are done on the very thin stock that Ellusionist has been printing on lately. So the last four decks that I've done reviewed for Oban Jones, I would argue, are the thinnest decks in my collection. So whether they be the Roadhouse deck, the Keeper deck, the Killer Bee, or the Bumblebee, these are super thin, super soft stock. So I would suggest that if you like thin stock, if you like cards that come out of the box feeling like a comfortable pair of your favorite jeans, or they feel like they're broken in even before you break them in, these are the cards for you. Back design has a micro thin border, and it is kind of like an electric yellow on black of a honeycomb. So it kind of looks like the best of both worlds in that it looks like a casino back where the pattern is pushed to the edges and it's a repeated pattern, but it also kind of has a poker deck feel in that there is tiny little border there, and then you have a little bee icon there in the far corners. Like its Bumblebee predecessor, you will get two quote cards, one entitled Beemageddon that tells you a little bit about why bumblebees are important to the survival of the human race, and the second is a quote from Albert Einstein. Pretty smart guy. Also with this deck, you're going to get two seemingly the same jokers, but they are a little different. One of them is entitled Honeybee at the top, where you notice that if the human enters into the honeybee cycle, they will in fact get honey and live to populate the earth. The second joker is entitled Killer Bee, and so if the human then interjects himself into the Killer Bee's life cycle, you will notice that the human dies. The pips and indices on this deck feel very electric, very computerized, very static. So your Ace of Spades is this giant kind of like hexagonal icon with the honeybee honeycomb there in the center and a bee in the center. This deck, you'll notice that all the pips in the corners are very small. You'll also notice that the deck has a black face, so that would mean that the black suits have to be white. And following suit with that, then the red suits would have to be yellow. All the courts in this deck look very simplified. However, Oban Jones did say that they were very difficult to do. Each court is completely unique, so Oban had to redesign these cards from the ground up. Well, that is it for the Killer Bee deck from Ellusionist.com in collaboration with Oban Jones and Daniel Madison. Of course, if you would like to purchase this deck, you can find it for sale at Ellusionist.com. As always, we recommend that you like this video just so other people can find it faster. We also recommend that you subscribe to this channel just to stay up to date on the latest in cards and card magic. If you want to follow me on social media, you should. I'm at facebook.com/magicorthodoxy, twitter.com/magicorthodoxy, instagram.com/magic_orthodoxy, and if you need more content, you can always find it at magicorthodoxy.com. Thanks, bye.